UFC 240, o verão do hemisfério norte continua com mais um card de peso do UFC. Em seu retorno a Edmonton, em Alberta, Canadá. O segundo evento numerado em apenas 4 semanas traz um lutador invicto nascido no Canadá. Fazendo parte de um card eletrizante, com alguns dos melhores atletas que o esporte já viu. Na luta principal da noite, Max Holloway. O campeão peso-pena que detém quase todos os recordes da categoria. E na categoria de golpes significantes,
He does not stop throwing punches.
Nenhum lutador de qualquer categoria acertou mais que o homem conhecido como Blessed. E Holloway leva esse incrível volume de golpes para sua terceira defesa de título, contra um dos melhores de todos os tempos, o ex-campeão peso-leve Frankie Edgar.
He's a Hall of Famer. By the end of the day, he gotta get in the octagon with me.
Bring it on, let's go!
In my heart, in my bones, I feel the cold inside.
I'm willing to walk through hell to get this fight, and I think I'm gonna have to.
The clock is ticking.
The answer with a huge statement tonight!
Na luta co-principal, a dominante Cris Cyborg, pioneira do MMA feminino,
The most feared woman in mixed martial arts.
inicia sua jornada para recuperar o cinturão peso-pena.
To have on goal, be the champion again.
Another night at the office for the best in the world.
Mas o caminho de volta ao cinturão do UFC passa pela ex-campeã do invicta Felicia Spencer. E a lutadora invicta tem seus próprios sonhos no peso-pena.
I want to take over the division,
Felicia Spencer
and I know I can beat her.
into the UFC in a big way.
I think we're out of time.
A grandeza aguarda ao norte, para aqueles dispostos a aproveitar a chance. Mas primeiro, prepare-se para o UFC 240. Countdown.
Keep fighting.
No dia 13 de abril, em Atlanta, Geórgia, o campeão peso-pena Max Holloway
This man is here to leave a legacy as the greatest fighter of all time.
Tonight, Joe, he'll try to leave Atlanta a 2-division UFC champion.
enfrentou o desafiante peso-leve Dustin Poirier.
He has lost just 1 of 10 fights spanning half a decade.
He's earned his spot here. You ready? Ready? Fight!
Lutando pelo título interino da divisão dos leves.
Oh, good left hand by Dustin Poirier right off the bat. He thinks he's got Max hurt.
Oh, he got clipped.
Oh, Max clipped him.
Oh my goodness, these boys are going at it.
Holloway poured it on.
Holy smoke.
Poirier with big power.
Oh,
he hurt him
another
again.
huge right.
Oh,
Holloway busted wide
He's
open,
busted
Joe.
wide open. Both of these guys are just savages.
O encontro se tornou uma guerra de 5 rounds.
Will it be Dustin
Jeez
Poirier,
Louise.
or will Max Holloway exit with a belt over each shoulder?
What a fight.
E por fim, a noite foi de Poirier.
Dustin the Diamond
Thank you, man. Nothing to respect. Sorry I cursed at you yesterday. Nothing but respect.
it is.
This is war. This is war.
Yeah, we emotion, bro.
You're a good person, a good father. I
you're a
respect
good
you.
father, dude.
You're a good guy.
Love you, brother.
You're the champ. I love you.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Campeões experientes enfrentam a agonia da derrota sem perder a postura. Mas para Rush, filho de Max Holloway, essa foi sua primeira experiência com a derrota. E foi difícil suportar.
I talked to him and I asked him, why were you crying? He's like, because you lost.
Don't cry, man. Your dad's all right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah, your dad's a champion, brother. All right, Rush?
Don't cry.
Your dad's fine. He's good.
And I was kind of blown away. I was like, this kid didn't see me lose his whole life. And he hit him hard.
Stop crying.
Yeah, that's like
Stop crying. He's good. Good fight, man.
Let's go out there. Let's just have fun, all right? Play football. Rush, watch your gap. Look at your split.
That day, my superhero abilities went away, in his eyes, but he took one closer step to being my superhero. I told him, look, this doesn't define us. We'll be back. Rush, focus. Nah, it's not a camera. That's kind of ridiculous. Let's go. You know, everybody think that we were these warriors, we were these cavemen. We're not. We're human beings. I go in there, I'll fight you. It's a business. Rush. Pull flags now, huh? Pull flags. Outside, Rush, outside.
Good job. A lot of people don't really get to see a side of Max that we see, you know. We see him as friend, you know, father, you know, and then we see him as a champion.
A derrota de Holloway para Poirier no peso leve não afetou sua posição como campeão peso-pena. Status difícil de se adquirir sem enfrentar as adversidades do mundo da luta.
A lot of people, they think the success is a straight line. It's going like this. No. Success is something that you keep grinding for. True champion is someone who can bounce back from a low point in their life and they come right back up. And now we back.
Oh! Beautiful spinning back kick to the body. Max Holloway with the TKO victory.
Durante meia década,
Feely's in trouble. He taps, he's tapped.
Nenhum peso-pena chegou perto de vencer Holloway.
Oh my goodness. Max Holloway extends his winning streak. Max Holloway all over Cub Swanson here. He got it. He got it. Max Holloway.
Esses adversários incluem o ex-campeão peso-leve Anthony Pettis.
Holloway's pouring it on. He's melting, that's it.
O lendário José Aldo.
Aldo desperately trying to survive. His face is a mask of blood.
That'll do it.
E jovem astro representando a nova geração.
He does not stop throwing punches, Joe.
The volume is insane.
Look at Ortega's face.
Oh my goodness.
Holloway's still the best in the world.
Is there anyone left? That's what I said after a Ortega fight, and I still believe that.
When you got a guy who's as disciplined, who wants it as bad as Max Holloway, you got to prepare for a better version.
If there's anyone left,
bring it on, let's go!
Come challenge.
Antes de Holloway retornar para a crescente lista de desafiantes até 66 quilos, ainda falta enfrentar futuro membro do Hall da Fama.
10 seconds, 10.
E Frankie Edgar está mais focado que nunca.
Right, load up, get up. Land in that same spot now.
Diante de possivelmente sua última chance de recapturar o cinturão do UFC.
There you go, get up, get up.
Once I get booked with someone, I think about that person every day.
Good, nice.
Especially the champion.
Good, staying light this whole time.
Once you taste that world title around your waist, man, you yearn for it.
Uppercut by Edgar! Oh! That's it! Unbelievable! Frankie Edgar retains his title in devastating and very satisfying fashion.
Here you go, keep working. Staying light, staying light.
O tempo de Edgar como campeão peso leve do UFC foi definido por batalhas épicas em grandes eventos.
Good right hand by Frankie.
Com adversários bem maiores.
That is a close fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Apesar de ter concretizado seu lugar na história como campeão até 70 quilos, a conclusão do reinado de Edgar o deixou querendo ainda mais.
I had that title at lightweight, held it for 2 years, and ever since I lost it, I've been gunning for another title.
2, 1, time.
You know, I don't care what weight I'm fighting at. If I was fighting heavyweight, I'd want to be a champion. So right now, I'm a 45-pounder, and the belt's on the line, and that's what I'm gunning for.
Descendo para 66 quilos.
And you see this dude hopping into the ring, you know it's about to get crazy. Oh!
Edgar eliminou qualquer desvantagem física.
And there is just no let-up in the former lightweight champion.
E brilhou em algumas das melhores performances de sua carreira.
Frankie is just relentless. Great technique. Oh, huge elbow again from Frankie.
And the volume of punches landed for Frankie Edgar just absurd, approaching 150 as he tries to make one more run at that UFC gold. That's it! Frankie Edgar gets the late finish!
It's just a massive amount of volume for a guy, even at a lower weight class.
Oh, big right hand for Edgar.
Boy, Edgar never stops moving. He doesn't slow down for a second.
He rocked off the answer with a huge statement tonight!
Edgar está perto do cinturão peso-pena desde que entrou para a categoria. E por mais que Max Holloway tenha atropelado o ranking até 66 quilos, ele ainda não havia testado Diensa até agora.
The footwork of Frankie is really something to admire. Look at that, lands that right hand, slides out of the way.
I don't think he's fought someone like me quite yet.
Whether it's a punch or a kick or a takedown attempt, everything is coming out of nowhere.
Because no one mixes it up as well as I do.
Frankie catches the kick and gets him down again. Beautiful timing by Frankie Edgar.
I dictate where the fight goes, whether it's standing or on the ground.
Frankie has the ability to just wipe people out.
He's relentless and he drains you of your life.
At UFC 240, I'm gonna get that title.
Desafiando o título peso-pena do UFC, Frank Edgar passou toda a sua carreira em Nova Jersey, onde divide seu tempo como atleta de ponta do UFC, com a dedicação por sua crescente família.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? If you said 1, go over here. If you're 1, over here. No cheating. Hey, no cheating. We're gonna play a bunch of games. No cheating. You get hit, you come out here. If someone on your team catches it, you come back in. Stay in order.
Life during training camp is hectic. Luckily, I'm here in, my home, so I don't have to really travel too much. Some car rides here and there, but I'm with my family. Everyone's around me, so good to go.
Same time. 1, 2, 3.
Watching my boys grow up has been an experience, a learning experience at that. I have a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old now, and...
Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball.
It's the best thing in the world.
A presença de Edgar na vida de seus filhos
Nice job, nice hit.
é uma boa razão para manter os camps perto de casa. Mas sua devoção ao estado de Nova Jersey se estende além de sua vida pessoal.
The reception you would expect for a former UFC champion fighting back in his home state for the first time in more than a decade. Frankie Edgar, co-main event at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. Whoa! Edgar moving forward.
Oh, left hook from Frankie.
Edgar in firm control of this one. Swanson with a combination.
Man, these guys are sweating.
Edgar firing back. Frankie Edgar with the crowd chanting his name.
Edgar é adorado pelo povo de Nova Jersey.
He's a tough, hard-nosed New Jersey guy. He's relentless.
E em sua luta mais recente em Atlantic City,
Frankie, the answer!
Diensa reconheceu uma oportunidade de compartilhar sua experiência.
The kids are here. First fight they've seen.
I felt like, they're old enough. They compete themselves in wrestling a little bit, so they kind of understand it. So I thought now it's time to bring them along. I think they didn't know how to take it in quite necessarily, but they were, smiling ear to ear. They walked me back to the arena. They were slapping 5 with the fans. It was something I'll never forget, and I'm glad I was able to do it at home.
O sucesso de Edgar na última década no UFC comprova o nível de seus treinadores, que também se mudaram para Nova Jersey, incluindo o renomado treinador de jiu-jitsu Ricardo Almeida. O brasileiro está em processo de expansão em Robbinsville, erguendo uma nova academia que irá acomodar jovens lutadores e terá as portas abertas para todos da comunidade, assim como policiais e servidores.
Having him here is really incredible. Ricardo has been working with our children on bullying, and I'm always telling people all the time, the caliber of people that we have, literally fighting out at Robbinsville. No one ever believes, the talent that we have here.
Okay, right here.
Our gym is like a little gym in the woods of New Jersey. Not too many people know about it. If people drive down the road, they won't know that we got, a bunch of killers in the back.
Somente um grupo seleto tem permissão para treinar aqui, incluindo atletas com experiência em disputas de título no UFC, atraídos pelas conquistas do líder da equipe.
Frankie was the one that started everything. I saw how he was training and getting ready for his fights, and I want to do that too, I want to get where he is.
Frankie is a legend, and I love the way he fights. I always wanted to fight the way he does. That's why I'm here.
very good to look up to a guy that worked so hard, got where he got, and he's gonna get there again, you know, win a championship belt again.
No UFC 240, Edgar tem a chance de trazer um segundo cinturão do UFC para casa, ao enfrentar o campeão peso-pena Max Holloway.
Is there anyone else?
My coaches and my family, if I brought that belt back, they'd be ecstatic. It's not only my belt, it's their belt too. You know, my family sacrifices, my coaches sacrifice. So it's our belt when I bring it back.
Assim como Edgar, o campeão peso-pena Max Holloway sempre treinou com a mesma equipe. Juntando-se à equipe na estreia de Max Holloway no UFC, o treinador e parceiro de equipe Michael Nakagawa é hoje uma importante peça do grupo.
Our team is basically a family, you know, and I think that's what's making it work. It's a family, but at the same time, it's a company. Like Max is the CEO of the company, and he has, you know, all these people under him, like a specialist for each department.
A especialidade de Nakagawa é o wrestling. A parte em pé fica com o técnico Ivan Flores.
Touch him up. We have time. He's tanking when you do that. Okay?
E com o faixa preta de jiu-jitsu Rylan Lizares.
Breathe, calm. I love you. I love you too, I love you.
O grupo invicto em disputas pelo título peso-pena fica completo.
We'll ride the Blessed Express till that thing breaks down, you know, but that's not gonna be for a while, so.
Hoje é sábado. Dia em que a equipe de treinadores dá lugar a um exército de grapplers.
Hey guys, let's just work our ankle lock series that we've been working. So Andrew's in the open guard. Okay, I'm kind of splitting his legs. Control the knee so he can't turn it out. We're gonna change.
Everybody in this MMA community, they see one guy in there. The belt is put around me. My hand is raised.
Okay, so to finish, start to open up, and you should feel like he's gonna sprain his ankle. So let's go with the partner. Go maybe 2 ankle locks or 2 ankle locks, and we'll kind of get into a flow.
They don't see what it takes to get there. And what takes me there is my teammates.
Okay, so from here, figure 4, I can grab his knee and ankle, bring it to me, and we have this lace, which gives me a ton of control. So with your partner, guys, go ahead.
They all got families. They all got to sacrifice their time. My team put everything into me. So I want to pay them back and be the best ever.
O time Holloway prepara seu campeão para o jogo de chão do desafiante Frankie Edgar.
This is Frankie Edgar showing what he does best. That pressure's intense. Yep, it is. He's relentless and he drains you of your life.
Que também entra no UFC 240 como fruto de um trabalho em equipe.
He's with a great team with Mark Henry, Ricardo Almeida, Nick Catone.
Frankie Edgar, him and his team, his coaches, they've been around for very long.
E24, E224.
And they're very smart.
Mark Henry yelling out different codes. It's a language only Frankie and the coaches at the gym understand.
But we're one of the best teams in the world, and you guys can find out.
Os havaianos possuem um forte vínculo com a comunidade, assim como com os atletas que os representam mundo afora. Então, o campeão peso-pena Max Holloway dedica seu tempo para retribuir todo esse carinho e apoio.
Hey, look, we set on the sign rush. Look, over there.
Como sempre, seu filho Rush acompanha o campeão.
Pretty crazy to walk into a mall that I've been going through when I was a young kid. Walking through one of the stores and there's a big poster of me and my son. I can just imagine what's going to Rush's mind when he sees it. I'm tripping out, you know? It's pretty cool to see.
Please put your hands together. Welcome UFC featherweight champion Max Holloway and then mini bless Rush Holloway.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for having. Well, we're here. We had to do some signings. And the fans here is fun. You know, I love it. They love me. And even Rush gets love. Go sign it right there.
Sign my cast.
Okay, I see you guys.
Oh, cast signing. I asked Rush, not you.
Sign his cast.
My cast dog.
Mini Bless, that guy been stealing shines, you know. I had to humble him today. I told him every autograph, not every autograph was ridiculous. The kid is ridiculous. So how you doing, boss?
Hey, you're a huge inspiration, man. I started doing this martial arts myself.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You really represent Hawaii out here, man.
Thank you. It's always great seeing fans, especially being in fight camp. Just being away from training or whatever and just talking to fans. They enjoy it, you know? They enjoy watching me fight. They get inspired by me, and I'm blessed. It's plain and simple.
Thanks,
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, you guys have safe vacation. Nice meeting you guys. Thank you for the support.
Antes de Max Holloway, os havaianos se inspiravam em prodígio, natural das ilhas. Um dos primeiros campeões do UFC em mais de uma divisão, BJ Penn dominou a categoria até 70 quilos.
Penn, left, right.
BJ, the prodigy.
Best fighter in the world. Big knee, Shark's in trouble. Unbelievable. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest lightweight in the history of the sport.
Everybody at home, and the fans who flew from Hawaii, I love you. Thank you guys for coming.
Mas após 8 anos invicto no peso leve,
Good right hand by Frankie. Look at that.
o próximo adversário de Holloway interrompeu seu domínio.
Takes him down. Look at that.
That's a first in a long, long time. One of MMA's all-time elite is BJ Penn, but he is being pushed by Frankie Edgar.
Frankie was the guy that took the belt from BJ Penn, you know? Famous Hawaiian. A Hawaiian legend who was looking unstoppable.
The challenger tonight looking to get his belt back from Frankie Edgar.
I never thought I would hear this out of my own mouth, but BJ's getting outclassed. He just imposed his will, imposed his skill, and defended his title in dramatic fashion.
But now, we're in the blessed era, baby. Welcome.
Diante de sua disputa pelo título peso-pena com Holloway no UFC 240, Edgar se prepara novamente com o técnico Mike Henry.
Yeah, but don't go. Don't curl it, just go. Yeah, like
O mesmo que treinou Edgar para suas 3 vitórias sobre Penn.
The trilogy to be completed here tonight. BJ Penn and Frankie Edgar.
That's it, nice.
Mark is a one-of-a-kind coach. I say he's kind of a savant.
That is a power corner for Frankie Edgar there. Ricardo Almeida, Mark Henry.
Yeah, there you go.
He's the type of guy who's just on top of you 100%.
You notice I call that one every time? I call that one a lot, but you don't do it, but I keep trying to push it. But you're not doing it, but I always call it a lot.
He just brings out the best because he expects the best from you.
Edgar sets a furious pace and more often than not is able to sustain it over 25 minutes.
Excellent combination from Frankie Edgar, really turning up the pressure now.
When I see him working so hard, it makes me want to perform for my coach.
It has been all Frankie Edgar since the opening touch of the gloves. Frankie Edgar finishes!
Nothing was more dominant than this third fight here against BJ Penn.
A colaboração da dupla continua até hoje. Agora com a ajuda do técnico de striking Ryan Cafaro. E os atletas de sempre que dividem os tatames.
Who's gonna hold the clock?
A equipe tem muito trabalho pela frente em preparação para Max Holloway. Mas faz isso com confiança.
On your toes, fellas, on your toes. This is hot.
Obtida por meio da experiência.
Frankie's been ready. I think this is the third time Frankie's ready for Max.
These two were supposed to fight a couple times. Edgar got injured the first time.
I was really looking forward to that fight. Frank Edgar had beat so many guys for the last few years, and then you've got Holloway, who's on the streak.
This is the dance that hasn't happened. It's been, 3 times now. Injury, and then, things just happen left and right.
The second time they're supposed to fight was at UFC 222, and Holloway ended up pulling out.
We've already done a study on him, so we're just kind of continuing off from the other 2 camps.
It has to happen now, and, Frankie's focused, he's hungry, he's healthy. And I think if there's a fighter that can pressure Max and get Max tired, it's Frankie. He sucks the air out of your lungs. Max is gonna have a very, very hard time breathing in Canada.
Frankie's coaches said that he's gonna set the pace, dictate the fight. We're about to find out, my friend. We're about to find out.
This is some championship-level stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
When you get to fight these legends, it's really a different feeling, you know, but the best way to win a fight is to take it out of their hands and you do it yourself. So I'm gonna go get it done.
O palco está armado para o campeão peso-pena Max Holloway.
This man is here to leave a legacy as the greatest fighter of all time.
Finalmente enfrentar o ex-campeão peso-leve Frankie Edgar.
His future is in the Hall of Fame, but his present is still as one of the best in the game.
Em uma disputa que irá definir legados com o cinturão do UFC em jogo.
I want to go in there, put the pressure on, and see whose will lasts longer.
The answer with a huge statement tonight.
That 25 minutes, I'm gonna put it all on the line.
It is gonna take a Herculean effort to take out Max Holloway.
At UFC 240, I'm getting that belt around my waist.
A maior cidade da África do Sul é palco do camp de treinamento para o UFC 240, de uma das atletas mais dominantes que o MMA já viu.
Here is Cris Cyborg, former Invicta FC champion, former Strikeforce champion, now the undisputed UFC Women's Featherweight champion.
She really is the most feared woman in the history of the sport. You look at how she fought Holly Holm, ate Holly's best shots and just walked right through her. The question is, can she eat the shots of Amanda Nunes like that?
You know, always when I go to the octagon, I know maybe I'm gonna win, maybe I'm gonna lose. I do my best I can, but in the fight, I always leave in God's hands. If I lost because it's supposed to happen, everything happened for a reason, you know, and that day was my time.
They're getting after it.
Nice.
Oh, she hurt her! Unbelievable!
It was too fast. She was too fast for her.
A campeã peso-galo Amanda Nunes subiu para 66 quilos e capturou o título de Cyborg, chocando a todos com um nocaute. Isso meramente fez Cyborg voltar ao começo. A lendária ex-campeã persevera instintivamente.
I work really hard, I train hard. I just got a cut. But we keep fighting, no quit. I just think about Felicia Spencer, my next fight.
A adversária de Cyborg em Edmonton será uma canadense fenomenal, que hoje vive na Flórida, nos Estados Unidos. E a peso-pena Felicia Spencer já colhe os frutos da vida como atleta do UFC, renovando uma propriedade em Orlando, na qual irá morar com seu noivo, Todd Coppinger.
This is going to be the bedroom, eventually.
The master bedroom, and it will be a walk-in closet. Not your average. We're very, what's the word?
Bougie?
Bougie, yes.
No. Got glasses?
Here you go. All right, you ready, darling?
We were hoping to be moved in a little sooner, but, you know, being signed with the UFC, having a fight camp, kind of delayed our entry.
Cut it right down the middle.
From the top?
Yeah, from the top. You don't have to go all the way to the top.
It's still exciting. We have a lot of big plans for the move-in and for working on it, so I'm excited to get in there.
That's fake brick.
My grandfather built houses too, so I've been around remodeling and helping plaster walls and stuff since I was a kid.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You know, just always working hard. I think that's part of where my work ethic comes.
Keep on working, lazy.
All right.
All right, I got you working, and you haven't worked in months.
You are just like...
I got you now.
You know, both my parents have always worked really hard all the time. Reminds me of when we moved into my house in Florida.
Spencer cresceu em constante mudança em uma família de militares. Uma família que usava o taekwondo para ensinar valores e disciplina aos filhos. E em pouco tempo floresceu o dom de Spencer nas artes marciais. Hoje, Spencer é uma das melhores pesos-penas do planeta. E foi seu técnico Mike Lee que descobriu algo de especial na lutadora.
When you guys fall back, make sure you're ending on top that you could strike or pass. Make sure that you're ending on top or underneath with the solid heel hook. Everybody's got it? On two, guys. 1, 2.
There you go. That's better. That's what we want. Good. And it's so much better.
She was the young prodigy that everybody talked about. She was 12 years old and a black belt in traditional martial arts. She quickly started winning grappling tournaments.
If you catch a kick,
boom. And then she got into MMA.
Guys, if you're seeing it over here, catch a kick, drop down to the leg lock.
Back then, there weren't a lot of women, of course. There was no amateur. So the few times I would get fights, they would just keep falling through. And then the landscape started to change a little bit.
What we're entering into right now, which is so exciting, is an era of women's mixed martial arts in the UFC.
A explosão de Ronda Rousey e do MMA feminino
Oh, now this is bad. This is the armbar position.
coincidiu com o desejo de Spencer de competir.
The judo of Ronda Rousey, the grappling. Look at this beautiful technique.
E oportunidades profissionais para mulheres
That was incredible.
de repente começaram a aparecer.
For your enjoyment, this is Invicta FC.
Em especial, a organização feminina Invicta.
When I watched the first Invicta, it was like, this can be a big thing.
Tonight, she makes her professional debut.
It was my goal to be there.
Felicia Spencer.
Beautiful hours here for Felicia Spencer, trying to get her first pro win.
She didn't do the local scene. She was thrusted into Invicta for her first pro fight.
That's it. Felicia Spencer victorious.
Here we are at the ground level, seeing the future possible Cris Cyborg coming up. They're putting it all on the line, and I'm extremely happy for this weight class.
Hard. Left high kick by Spencer.
As soon as you get going and people have their eyes on you, it's just like a snowball. You know, you just start fighting and fighting.
Thinking about tapping is Coleman.
There's the tap.
Felicia Spencer via first round submission.
She went from the undercard of Invicta to the main card of Invicta.
Now back to a beautiful kick.
It's like watching a 45-pound Tisha Torres with those kicks, just lighting those things up.
To the co-main event.
Spencer in control, a lot of time to work, trying to feed that right arm underneath the chin. She has it.
There's the tap.
To the main event.
The one thing I love about her is just how much she wants to finish and how she will just always attack from every single position.
Spencer subiu no ranking até se tornar campeã mundial peso-pena do Invicta. E assim como outras campeãs da organização, uma chance no UFC parecia inevitável.
It should be every woman's goal to be with the UFC, but Invicta is where careers are built. There was Rose. Kazangano came up through there.
With the rear naked choke, there's the tap.
Paige came up through there too.
Another head toss.
Obviously, Cris Cyborg.
Antes de Spencer,
Cyborg unloading on Coonan.
Cris Cyborg venceu o título inaugural peso-pena do Invicta.
Invicta FC, featherweight champion of the world.
E aniquilou suas desafiantes.
She defends her Invicta Featherweight Championship.
Seu domínio foi tão impactante que a categoria peso-pena chegou ao UFC.
This is a division that was created for this woman, the most violent woman in all of MMA, a destroyer.
E logo Cyborg capturava mais um cinturão.
She clipped her with a left hook right away and dropped her. Oh, she just got tagged there. Oh, she stunned her.
And this could do it.
Nasty knee.
Cris Cyborg finally can add UFC champion to the ledger.
Cris Cyborg has been so overwhelmingly dominant.
Every time she hits these women, they react as if they're getting hit by a stack of bricks.
Oh!
Right hand over the top.
The power difference is just so obvious.
Oh! Down goes Kunitskaya. Big ground and pound here from Cyborg. Another night at at the office for the best in the world.
Por mais que o cinturão peso-pena do UFC não pertença mais a Cyborg, ela ficou atenta à divisão que ajudou a estabelecer.
You know, everybody follow my career know how much I fought for this division. UFC opened the 145 division, and I think it opened the door for a lot of fighters.
Another UFC newcomer on the slate tonight is this woman from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Felicia Spencer, who comes in off of her Invicta FC featherweight title-winning performance. Short on experience at 6-0, but undefeated, looking to stay that way in her UFC debut tonight.
Felicia, the next girl coming in their division, and she has to be good because she's in UFC.
She'll make the jump right to the UFC to take on a big-time featherweight and former Invicta champion.
You take one look at Megan Anderson, and you can understand why she is a force to be reckoned with in the featherweight division. She's 6'1", but guys, the damage that she has been able to inflict on some of her opponents is absolutely unreal.
I watched Megan Anderson, Felicia fight, and I think she did great.
Ready, fight. Megan Anderson squares off with Felicia Spencer, two of the last few Invicta FC featherweight champions. Big right-hand cross from Megan Anderson.
Watch every seat, watch every seat. Angles, Felicia, angles.
Oh, it's a straight right to counter it. She's trying to close that distance, trying to get in, clinch up with Megan.
Separate, separate.
Oh, nice scramble here from Felicia. Takes the back.
Trying to get the hooks in. She's got one.
Take your time. Get low, Felicia, get low.
Megan's shaking her off, but she sucks her right back down with her.
Punch, punch, grip, punch, punch, grip.
She's doing a good job staying busy, softening her up with some punches. Any inch you give where you don't defend that neck, you see Felicia Spencer's all over it looking for that choke. She's flattening her out.
Fight the hand, Megan. Fight the hand, Megan.
And Anderson cannot escape.
This is not good.
There's the tap on the left side. Wow! Felicia Spencer.
Wow.
Into the UFC in a big way.
As soon as she took the back of Megan Anderson, it was a dominant Felicia Spencer performance from there.
That's how you make a UFC debut, a first-round submission win for Felicia Spencer.
145 for women is wide open. Anybody out there, anything you want next?
There's not much ahead of me right now, so I'll take any of it.
There's a card coming up in Edmonton, UFC 240. Would you be up for that, fighting perhaps a Cris Cyborg, UFC 240?
It would be an honor, absolutely. I want to be the face of the featherweight division, and I'm going to be to the top soon.
A semente foi plantada e a luta com o principal foi confirmada. Spencer enfrenta a lendária Cris Cyborg no UFC 240 em Edmonton.
She said I want to fight because she felt ready. She's feel ready, let's do that. Because I feel ready, and I'm going to get out that cage with the victory.
Por mais que a África do Sul não seja ainda reconhecida pelo MMA, o país gerou um jovem boxeador chamado Nelson Mandela, que brilhou na política e se tornou presidente. Com seus esforços contra o apartheid, a nação demonstra respeito por todos, incluindo pela brasileira peso-pena do UFC, Cris Cyborg.
You know, one thing I really like when I came here first time for training, it's a team. It's nice when you have one team behind, like, it's cool. It's cool. Motivate you more than you when you're training by yourself.
A falta de quantidade no MMA local é compensada pela qualidade dos atletas. E Cyborg juntou-se ao melhor da região, o peso leve do UFC, Don't Match.
I only saw it the day before the weight cut night. I sat in that thing just to test it, and I dropped 2 kilos. The MMA scene in South Africa, you know, it's been on the rise for the last couple of years.
Ruan Pot saying it's a great honor to represent his country, South Africa, and his continent here in the UFC, but said that comes with a heap of pressure not to disappoint.
We've had newcomers in the UFC, but it's been the first generation. Right now, in the last year, we've seen the second generation of mixed martial athletes out of South Africa, which are doing much better.
First to the octagon, Cape Town, South Africa's Don Magic Man Madge wants to show that South Africa is bringing the heat in the octagon. Oh, wow, and it's Madge!
Wow, look at that power!
Don Madge, he is the second generation of South African mixed martial arts fighters.
Oh, he's a T. Edwards is out!
What a kick!
Don Madge!
Beautiful work by Don Madge!
Say hello to South African MMA!
First time I trained with Don Madge, he came 2 camps to America, train with me. And the last camp, he told me, Cris, you need to go to South Africa, train in my team. I think you're gonna enjoy, you're gonna like. And I came.
Okay, guys, single leg get-ups. Drill. All right, so one guy stays on the single leg. You'll do 30 seconds each. Bottom leg base. Can transfer the head, leg out. He hits the single leg again. Everyone should know this. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, ready? Stand by, please. Go.
We've never had a superstar the size of Cris Cyborg in our country, let alone training in our country.
The first defense, armpits, hit, and the hook under the leg. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go! There we go. That's fine.
She's a UFC ex-champion. She is Cris Cyborg. She has a lot of wisdom to pass on to the next generations and the youngsters, and even to some of the old dogs.
Yeah. Nice, Cris.
Here in the gym, it's very similar Brazilians. They have a lot of heart. This is show you how much they have a dream, you know, and how much they motivate them. You know, this is help motivate me too.
Have a breather. Have a breather. Get some water.
Não falta motivação para Cyborg em seu retorno. Sua única derrota no octógono já está no passado. E a luta co-principal no Canadá contra a confiante Felicia Spencer está em seu horizonte.
You shoulder back to single leg, pull them off, drive the head to the back, grab, and then we're gonna go reverse judo throw.
Cris Cyborg has been the most dominant female for 13 years. By her falling down, she's gonna get up with a whole new tools, a whole new mindset, a whole new look. And I don't think Felicia really understands the Cris Cyborg that's coming.
De volta aos Estados Unidos, Felicia Spencer não deixa nada de fora de seu treinamento para enfrentar Cyborg no UFC 240.
Jump. Side to side.
E uma preparação completa inclui até as habilidades mais básicas.
And stop. Sumi. Shinkoku.
Exigidas por uma das figuras mais originais do esporte.
One count.
Seth Petruzelli.
I feel that there's a necessity for traditional type of training. Knuckles facing out. Each. Knee. Back straight, guys. Just bend your knees. Just looking straight over. Of course, you're not going to be going out there and doing traditional type karate and whatnot. But you are going to be using the balance, the coordination, the timing, all the speed that it teaches you. And it translates very, very well to mixed martial arts. Opponent's attacking us. Left leg's going to step first. Getting out of the way.
All the coaches at the gym have their own unique personality. And Seth is, he's a character. Being an underdog was part of his story and is part of my story too.
A carreira de Petruzelli fora do UFC sempre será lembrada por sua vitória sobre o famoso brigador de rua, Kimbo Slice.
Ken Shamrock, a late scratch, so Seth Petruzelli gets an opportunity of a lifetime.
Literally, there was no pressure on my shoulders at all.
The undefeated, heavy-handed phenom, Kimbo
people expected me to lose, to get beat right away.
Fighter, are you ready? Fighter, are you ready?
And I was like, you know what? I know what I can do. I'm gonna go out there and prove everyone wrong.
A vitória de Petruzzelli marcou o começo do time Jungle MMA. E ditou o ritmo do sucesso da equipe.
We get our driving force off that underdog feeling. Felicia takes that and just uses that to her advantage. So she's gonna surprise a lot of people, kind of like I did with the Kimbo fight. Great. Your knee. Slam. Good. Back. Good. Make her feel sorry for being in that pocket with you. Good. Keep at my distance. 2. Switch lead. Slam forward. Good.
I'm expecting the best version of Cris, and
good.
I'll be putting the best version of me in front of her.
2, 3 to the head. Load up 3 to the body.
I think we match up really well.
Good.
People know me more as a ground fighter, but I'm really comfortable on my feet.
Good feet. I love that people don't know that aspect of her yet and haven't seen her hands and her kicks. Hands are just as deadly as hers. That is going to surprise a lot of people.
I'm going to stand in front of Cris Cyborg, and I'm going to beat Cris Cyborg.
Knockout of the night.
Tudo será colocado à prova pelos atletas do UFC 240, que chegam de várias partes do mundo para o evento no verão de Edmonton. Com Spencer indo à batalha com a lendária Cris Cyborg.
Cris Cyborg is a terrifying force in women's MMA. She's a destroyer.
E o ex-campeão peso-leve Frankie Edgar.
If Frankie Edgar can continue to put you in this position, this onslaught does not stop.
Desafiando o indiscutível campeão peso-pena Max Holloway.
Timing in the movement is just sensational, and it just makes you wilt with the pressure.
É imperdível o retorno do líder mundial de MMA ao Canadá no UFC 240.